Hello, Whitney. Here's some feedback for you, belated as it is. This will be on your business card, letterhead, and leave behind. Whitney, I really enjoyed this script ligature. It looks very unique. It doesn't look like a typeface, a digital typeface. It looks like it was truly calligraphed. Was it? I'm just curious how you arrived at this. I like the way you fit multimedia artist in here, and the descender of the Z dips down. You might consider sliding it over slightly so that fits a little better in there. Also, maybe consider some letter spacing on these all caps at the bottom. Just a little extra letter spacing. Looks like you've got a bit. I think a bit more could do. Oh, also overall, as a business card, this says a lot about you in just a few images. It says something about your interests right up front. We're simply told, what your range of interests are, the multimedia, and then some, I guess, personal interests or illustrations. Just curious, is this what do they call that at Comic-Con events? Okay, now in typography, think about maybe not centering everything. Look for vertical axis. This is no different than a little poster, your business card, and so it functions pretty well as a poster. But I would like to see a little bit more organization in the type. And two, I would also suggest that you limit the number of typefaces, type sizes, type variations to no more than, say, 3, and consider your logo as part of that. So I see, we've got these sans serif caps. Then we have what looks almost like Comic Sans, and I hope you know the prohibition on Comic Sans. Well, I mean, if you do use it conscientious, or if you're aware of its connotations and you're using it because it goes back to your interests, fine. It has a very kind of playful, I don't want to say anime quality to it, but I like the gradations. And I like that you allowed for bleed. It's prepared properly for a business card. It's the 2 by 3.5 inches. I see. So in terms of preparing your files for print, really good job. Okay. So when I come to this, Whitney, which it's very different. It has some of the same elements as your business card, the blue gradations. But I see these inline illustrations. I enjoy these. I like the fine, subtle texture of these in the background next to your whimsical logo. And I don't think you need these black bars. And I think find a single way to align type, either centered or flush left or flush right. You can stagger things like this. Again, I don't think you need these black bars. I think that will throw the emphasis of contrast on your logo. This will reproduce small really well. I think if you letter space these out a little bit, track them, as another word for that, track these out a little bit, these caps, it'll look really nice. You can go a bit smaller with Multimedia Artist too, if you track them out. That's one way of having small type render it legible, is by letter spacing slightly. And it's only good for caps, really. I wouldn't letter space upper and lowercase. Anyway, I enjoy those things about it. Maybe, but what I like about your business card is that it's a little bit more personal. This is a bit more corporate. You're going to have to sort of settle on somewhere, maybe, I don't know. I think you see the issue here. It's of identity. What do you want to be? Or what do you want to project? You know what you are. But what do you want to project? What aspects of that do you want to nurture? And maybe illustration, maybe photography. That's fine. Does this say as much about your interest as your business card? Oops, can't do it. Okay. Whitney, I like this assignment because it requires the student or us to focus on what we want to project. In the leave behind, what do we want to project? What do we want to leave behind? And I know, as a multimedia artist, your leave behind would probably be a video, not I want to say cassette, but digital video recordings of your work. But think, and I like your idea of your leave behind being sort of a little libretto, such as the kind that they used to insert in CDs. Remember CD-ROMs? So maybe like a 6-panel little insert, and you approach it. Those dimensions are 6 by 6. You know, that's one nice thing about the assignment, the required assignment, I guess, if you have to choose between them, is that it can function as a little booklet to be inserted in a jewel case of a CD. Something to think about. So I would settle on size, though, soon, and I look forward to seeing what your draft of your leave behind looks like.